Morning guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training with new convert Benzo. Now I went and picked Benzo up yesterday and he had all his family there and he was pretty hyped up because of that. A lot of amateurs with a lot of emotional situations going on, and got the leash on the dog, and the first thing the dog did was lunged at my face and went off on me real good. It's in his territory. And then a lot of times when you take a dog that's aggressive at home because they're territorial and they've set up behaviors in that regards, the dog's just doing his job. Get him out of that and then the dog will calm down, and that's kind of where we're at now. But I don't trust him totally, so I've got a leash on him. He's dragging around the kennel, getting it all shitty and messed up, but that's all right. And then I'm slowly building our relationship based on food, and he's not that bad. It's just going to take me 2 or 3 days for the bonding at home and get my home routine going and get him flowing here at home. And then I've got to worry about, with Benzo, his history is basically not doing anything. He hasn't been trained for anything. He's been at home with a family, territorial. He's 18 months old, and he's full of himself. You know, he's Mr. Cock of the Walk in that regard. So we've got to be real careful with him and make sure we have a positive relationship, and that's what I'm doing now. And I'll do 3 or 4 days here, and then I'll probably try to work real heavy on getting him in a muzzle. Because remember, I don't have any clue what this dog's behavior is going to be like. If I take him out and totally trust him out in public, he nails somebody, we got a problem. So he's got to be integrated into a muzzle first so I can be more safe with the public. And then he doesn't like being put in a crate. So there we go again with this aggression, him coming back on me. He's going to show aggression in the crate, so we've got to take it slow. We've got to open the door, just toss food in. Right now I'm just kind of going the hot dogs and getting them high on that and teaching them that the positive, where my target hand's at as far as my right hand. We're just doing things slowly. I've also got a scooper that I'm using to keep him off of me because I don't know what he's going to act like. So I'm being very careful, not knowing what's going to happen with his wanting to lunge at me and get cocky. So I've got to go through the break-in period. It's kind of tricky, and he's going to want to get out of here. So I'm going to go in with a stick, keep him off me, grab that leash. Once I've got the leash in my hands, I've got pretty much everything I need. And he hasn't shown any aggression. Nope, off. I don't like him jumping up because there's where aggression comes from. When he gets up on top of you, he might go to a dominant pose. Good boy, good, here you go, good. And I'm going to go here instead of his neck. And the reason I didn't reach down to his head, because I don't know what this dog's idiosyncrasies are. Does he have a problem with the head where you want to go put a leash on him and he gets aggressive because he's won at home? I have no idea. Good boy, good. So I'm taking it very, very slow. Good, good, easy. Good, easy, good boy, good, yeah, good. And I'm desensitizing him. So I'm trying to find out, and that's why I've got the leash in one hand here in case he goes off on me. I can put him up into the air and I can be in a position that I won't get mauled, right? Good, good. And now it'll be just 2 or 3 days of building bond, the food, and a lot of pattern routine. Come into the kennel, good, easy, good boy, good, there you go, good. That's good. And I'm petting in such a way that I'm trying to find out what his whole nature is. Right now I've got the collar in my hand, and he's reading me as much as I'm reading him, because he doesn't know me either. Remember, this dog's been home with his family, 2 or 3 kids, the wife, the husband, friends that come over, that kind of thing, and he's has no previous training at all. He has no clue what the outside world's like. I have no idea what his drive state's going to be like, what he's going to do. See how he reached around? Would he get aggressive? I don't know. All right, good. So I'm just trying to make him feel warm and fuzzy thoughts right now. Doing a lot of, he's a dirty boy, yes. And we're going to take him out and walk him around the property. And we'll be doing a lot of that. Me coming to the kennel, coming in, him just getting used to and associating a certain pattern and routine when I come in to deal with him. Good, that's good. And he's going to warm up to me. He's a very smart and intelligent animal. He's got a lot of things going on except being robbed of environment and having no clue of the outside world and people, etc. So I got to take it real slow. Okay, good, good. All right, let's go outside and go walk. And that's all we're going to do is walk around property. Hey, quick. No. Jesse. And walk around property and give him a good experience as best I can. He's yanking me all over the place, which is normal. I don't expect anything else, and I'm not going to put pressure on him and try to yank him all over the place to get him to learn. All I'm doing now is just building relationship. All right, it's going to be a slow, steady process. And I have no clue, like I said, of what his nature is, what's his trigger spots. I have no clue. So a lot of what I'm doing now is just figuring it out, right? Reading the animal, reading the dog, figuring out where his head's at. Good. So we'll start with our table, asking him to come up on things. Come on, good boy. But like I said, he's full of himself. A high tail, very cocky, and doesn't have a clue. Good boy, good. But 18-month-old adolescent dog. Good. Good. Now I'm over the top of him. See where I'm at with my body? I want to be real careful that I don't put my face in his face, that I don't lean down, and I don't get too huggy. Any of that stuff will get me nailed because he doesn't have a clue. And he's going to assert himself as he's in the honeymoon period right now. In other words, he's only been here for a day. And he's starting to figure out who's who. He'll get cocky. And the real nature of the dog is going to come out. Down. Nope. Sit. Good. And I'm not going to worry about behaviors right now. I'm more worried about, yep, where's the dog's head at in our relationship, right? Good boy. Good. You're okay. You ready? Huh? You ready? Come on. There you go. Good boy. Good. Like I said, he's reading me as much as I'm reading him. Now I went and changed my hand position on the leash. Let me see if I got this on video, which I don't know if you do or not. I didn't. Okay. So where my hands are out on the leash are very important because at any time he was to go off on me, again, I don't know what his nature is going to be and what he's going to do. When I start praising him, I start touching certain body parts, I get near his head. I don't know if he's going to get aggressive and come back on me. How cocky is he? All right. How dominant is he? He's got a nice high tail set. He's full of himself. That's good. But he's not really overly aggressive. He's got a good nature to him. Yep, come on. Good boy, good. But again, through the honeymoon period, this next 2 or 3 days, you're going to tell me an awful lot about the dog. And that's what I'm doing. I'm probing. I'm just checking out where the dog head's at. What's his nature? How does he handle me? Does he want food? He's got food drive. That's good. And yesterday he was spitting the hot dogs because he had no clue what they are. Good. Good. That's my boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. A lot of desensitization. Just reading his body language and seeing how he reacts to the world. How does he deal with me? And that's what this is all about, right? Good boy. Good. There you go. He's only got a slip collar on right now because I was using the dominant dog collar, slip collar, to deal with the aggression. I had them put that on him yesterday, and it was just wound up being exactly what I needed. Dog went off on me, came right at my face, and scared the hell out of you. Put your heart right in your chest. I don't care how good of a dog trainer you are. Dealing with aggressive dogs is always a dicey little point, right? Dicey little point. Yep. Good. Good. So right now it's just getting used to my voice, and letting how I act, what my body language says to him, and he's gonna take some time. Oh, good boy, good, there you go, good boy, good. Right away hit him with a positive, so we got positive and negative going on. Actually, I haven't hit him with negative at all, but I'm keeping it all. Good boy, good, that's my boy, that's good, there you go, good boy, Bruno. Bruno, listen to me. Good boy, good. That's Benzo, yep, come on, Benzo, good boy. Say his name a lot of chattering, let him hear my voice. Good boy, good, there you go. Good boy, that's good. Good. Yep. He's going to learn fast. Once he gets through this period, I don't have to worry about him anymore. I'll be working his brain towards what we're going to do with behaviors and everything else. But it's about balancing the dogs. And then I got to get him into a muzzle. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Treat the muzzle like a food bowl is what I'll be doing. Yep. Good. Huh? And then on and off with a leash, and then I've got to try to see how he handles me, putting my hands around him, put a pinch collar on him, all these things. So now people think of the pinch collar as a negative. It's not. It's a communication tool and gives you a lot more ability to do what you need to do with the animal when you're working it properly. Nope. Yes, good boy, good. Yes. So I'm going to pull out the clicker and see how he handles this new sound. I got no clicker on me. We're going to have to wait for the next time for that one. That's all right. It's only the second time he's been out of kennel. I took him out right away first in the morning, gave him 10-15 minutes, came right back. Now I'm going to give him a half hour, 45. I'll keep doing that all day, in and out of the kennel. All day, over to these tables, to the bowl, walking him around and just building our bond, right? Our relationship. Based on food, based on me praising him. Good boy, I see you. I see Benzo. Good boy, you good boy. Good. That's up, boy. We're almost out of hot dogs. I usually cut up 3 hot dogs, and that's enough to, once you fill the void in the stomach, you're going to lose some of your draw, so that's going to affect it. And again, we got to keep an eye on him as well as reading his body language, seeing where his head goes as he goes through this process. Good boy, good. Good boy. Easy. Whew, that scares me. After he just went after me yesterday, it's a scary feeling to have a dog that's not wanting to have something happen to him, and you know he could go to aggression, right? Good. That's a good boy. Good. Good boy, Benzo. Good. This time would be a time that you don't want to give him too much eye contact. Don't stare in his eyes. Any of the stuff that might be associated dominance, so he wants to assert himself as a pack leader. That's everything he's going to be going through right now. We're not going to dominate him and boom, we're not doing that, but we're building a healthy relationship. And part of that relationship is he doesn't bite me, right? So we've got to be nice and slow. Slow. Yeah, the Bubba's, huh? Easy, easy. Come on. Good boy, good. Easy. Good boy, good. There you go. Good boy. That's good. He needs a bath. He needs a bath. That's the other thing we'll give him is a bath. No. No. Good. That's my boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. That's Benzo. All right, Benzo. That's it. Short and sweet, buddy. We're going back to the kennel. All right, guys. Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training with new convert Benzo, who I'm on pins and needles with right now after him trying to bite me yesterday. But that was only natural. He was at his home. Excuse me. Territorial and excitement of the environment with all the family members and everybody there, and so you're dealing with a lot of things. I was having a hard time because everybody wants to reach in and help. I'm trying to get him to put this slip collar on the dog, and then it bound up onto the flat collar. I had to get the person to take the flat collar off, and the whole time I'm worried the dog's going to nail me. And a lot of times that emotional states of mind with amateurs that don't really know what they're doing is only going to get you bit. So I got kind of aggressive with him, and he back. Let me have the handle the dog by myself. I can't read the person and have him in the middle of me. Oh, I'll help. He's right away, right in on top of me. Because people only have an association of what they know of the dog. The dog to them is friendly and they love him and he's all over the place, but how does he work with strangers, right? Good boy, good. All right, good boy, Benzo. All right, we're gonna go back to the kennel. Come on. All right, guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. I've got all my digits and my extremities today, but you never know. Talk to you later.